Is the All-Star break. And I am the Mets head, talking all things New York Mets, with a review of the Mets' first half, along with whether or not each player should be traded and what their future on the Mets will hold. In this video, we are going to discuss our starting pitching. And we will start with who was to be our de facto number one pitcher and ace this year. 30-year-old Freddie Peralta. He is making $8 million this year and will be a free agent next year. After coming off a Cy Young caliber year in which he finished fifth in voting, this season for us, he has pitched in 20 games. He is 5-8 with a 4.66 ERA, 104 strikeouts in 104 innings with 44 walks. And he has a whip of a 1.438. Now, like many that have come before him, players who go to new teams usually do not perform at their best. And on top of that, players that come to New York for the first time do not perform at their best. Often, many of these players have their worst years of their career when they get first moved to New York. And Peralta seems to be no exception. So my grade for Peralta, for his ERA of 4.66, I will give him a C. The league average is about 4.2. And for his whip of 1.43, I'll also give him a C. Should he be traded? Absolutely. He will be a free agent next year. And if you don't trade him now, you're not going to get anything for him. Unless they can work out a deal for him for not a lot of money. I would say $20 million a year at most, which is more than double the salary he has now. But you can always trade him and then sign him in the offseason, which I like that idea. Since it seems like they're not going to sign him to an extension. So his future for the Mets is either he's on a different team or he's back on our team, but our expectations are not as high. We will need starting pitching next year and could use some veterans. Next, we'll go on to who has basically been our number two pitcher all year, 24-year-old Nolan McLean, who is making league minimum and is arbitration eligible starting in 2029. He has not had as much success as he did last year, but he only pitched 8 games. You had to expect that there would be some hiccups. And there were a couple, but he's recovered and pitched well this year. I think it's his mustache. This year, he has pitched in 19 games. He is 6-6 with a 3.52 ERA, 125 strikeouts in 107 innings with 39 walks. His whip is a 1.118. He's hit 13 batters this year. So for his ERA, I give him a B+. And for his whip, he gets an A. So we'll give him an A-. You should absolutely not trade McLean. Next up, we'll talk about basically our third best pitcher this year, 27-year-old Christian Scott. He is making league minimum and is eligible for arbitration in 2028. This year for the Mets so far, He has pitched in 12 games and is 2-1 with a 3.17 ERA, 65 strikeouts in 54 innings with 26 walks. And his whip is a 1.296. For his ERA, I give him a B plus, and for his whip, he gets a B. So I would give him a B plus, just because he has not pitched a lot this year. There is no way that the Mets should trade him. It's hard to have good pitchers under control for multiple years. His future for the Mets should be in the starting rotation. Next, we will discuss 34-year-old Sean Manaea, who is signed for $25 million this year and another $25 million next year. He did sign the contract after he had a very good year for us. And when he pitched last year after being injured, he was definitely not good. And to start this year, he wasn't good, but it seems like he's really come around to pitching the way we want him to. He has pitched in 20 games. He is 2-4 with a 4.56 ERA, 74 strikeouts in 75 innings with 24 walks. And his whip is 1.320. But as I say about him pitching better, in April and March, he pitched in 7 games at a 6.55 ERA. And the past 3 months, he's had a 3.75 ERA. So an ERA under 4 is pretty good in this league. It's above average. Well, the average ERA is about 4.2 in the majors this year. As far as a grade goes, he gets a C for his overall ERA, and he gets about a C for his overall whip, which with the way he started is definitely much better. He started off around an F, and now he's moved up to a C in the past 3 months. His future with the Mets, I think they should keep him for that one more year. I don't think anyone else is going to want to take on that contract. But it is possible with the way he's been pitching lately, he may have drawn more interest. And you know what? I'm going to change that and say, yes, trade him if you get something really good for him. But a 34-year-old pitcher getting $25 million, but he is pitching good, so it is possible you can get something good for him. But like in most of the people I say we should trade, it's only if you get something good in return. Unless it's Semien or Polanco or Peralta. Those guys should just be traded for anything. Get those guys out of the way. Those are basically the only decent starting pitchers we've had all year. And now let's talk about 33-year-old Clay Holmes, who is making $13 million this year and has a player option for a $12 million next year. And then he is a free agent. The way he has pitched for us, which is probably one of Stern's best signings, he took a big risk on converting Holmes from a reliever to a starter, and it's really paid off. He's been one of our best pitchers. This year, he only pitched in 9 games before breaking his leg and pitching an extra, I think, 2 innings after that. He is 4-4 with a 2.39 ERA, 45 strikeouts in 52 innings with 18 walks. And his whip is a 1.101. So his grade, I'm grading based on their performance, not potential or anything else. He gets an A plus for his ERA, and he gets an A for his WHIP. So overall, I'd give Clay Holmes at least an A, just because he hasn't pitched a lot. Should you trade him? I'm torn on that. You could get something good for him, seeing how well he has pitched. But the fact that he has not pitched for how long now would really decrease his value. So, in my opinion, I think we should keep Clay Holmes, sign him for that $12 million option next year, if there is baseball. And he can be a consistent starter for us, hopefully again. That would leave us, if we traded Peralta, McLean, Scott, Holmes, and Manaea, which is pretty good. And we have some younger guys who also can come up and pitch. And now let's talk about the most controversial pitcher on our roster, 33-year-old Kodai Senga. He's making $15 million this year, $15 million next year, and has a player option for $15 million in 2028. He has had some success with us in the past and has shown some signs of excellence. I still keep thinking of last year in that first half, he had a 1 point something ERA. Can he get that back? This year for the Mets, he has played in 11 games. He is 0-7 with an 8.69 ERA. 47 strikeouts in 39 innings with 27 walks. Geez, that's a lot of walks. And his WHIP is 1.754. So for a grade, he gets an F for his ERA, and he gets an F for his WHIP. He gets an overall F. He has been terrible this year, but I think all teams need a guy that can pitch when you're losing by a lot or you're winning by a lot. And that's when you don't want to waste your best pitchers. And I think at this moment, that's where Senga needs to be. Just a pitcher that he's got to try and figure things out, because if he can get back to that first half of last year, he'd be amazing. Now, his future as on the Mets, would I like to trade him and get rid of his salary? Yes. But who's going to take him and take his salary? But I don't see him going anywhere. His future role on the Mets, I still see him as the number 6 pitcher. I think they should go with the 6-man rotation to try and see if they can get him going. Especially now when they're out of it. Pitch him every sixth day, so we can work on it and try to get better. Or I don't know if out of the bullpen would be better, but that wouldn't be so regular. Then we should probably talk about pitchers that are their prospects. Pitchers in the minor leagues. At the moment, Jonah Tong is their number 1 prospect in the minors. Unfortunately, Jonah Tong is pitching very poorly in the minors. In AAA for Syracuse, he's pitched in 16 games. He is 2-5 with a 5.83 ERA. 84 strikeouts in 71 innings. That's pretty good. But with 42 walks. His walks are way too high. That's a walk every 1 2/3 innings. His WHIP is a 1.52. That being said, if he was in the majors, he'd have an F. Or a D- at most. And that's in AAA. So if he can't pitch in AAA, I don't have any confidence that he can come up and pitch in the majors. Their next highest pitching prospect is Jack Wenninger. who has pitched in 17 games, started 14. He is 4-5 with a 3.50 ERA. That's not bad. 77 strikeouts in 79 innings with 44 walks. Again, that's a lot of walks. To walk every little over 1 2/3 innings, and his whip is 1.36. That would give him a B plus ERA and a B plus whip. I wonder why they haven't brought him up yet. Then you have Jonathan Santucci and Will Watson, who are both in Double A, so I don't expect to see them anytime soon. Then next on their list of prospects is the 12th best prospect, Zach Thornton, who pitched very well the other day. Unlike Tong and Wenninger, Thornton is a lefty. He's pitched in 9 games in AAA, started 8. He's 1-3 with a 4.30 ERA, 38 strikeouts, and 37 innings with 18 walks. That's a walk every just over 2 innings. These guys walk a lot of guys, don't they? They really need to get it together in AAA. They're not really making me too confident that they will be helping us out sometime soon. Wenninger is the best guy to bring up now to let him pitch. So I see a rotation next year possibly being McLean, Scott, Manaea, Holmes, Wenninger, and Senga. It's not absolutely horrible. We got some decent guys there. Christian Scott's really impressed. Wenninger looks like he's ready for the majors. Thornton has pitched well that last game. Maybe he's ready. I mean, Christian Scott had a 5 ERA in AAA this year, and they brought him up, and he's one of our best pitchers. In our next video, we will discuss the bullpen. Until next time, I'm Juan Gun.